Real Love Tales story. It was raining outside. The kind of slow, quiet rain that makes everything feel heavier. Ethan sat alone in his apartment in New York, staring at his phone. The screen hadn't changed in 3 years. The last message still glowed faintly. Ethan, if you really love me, stop me before I leave. He never replied. Not because he didn't love her, but because sometimes fear is louder than love. Ethan closed his eyes. The memories came back like a movie he never wanted to watch again. It all started 3 years ago, at Columbia University. It was Ethan's first day. He walked into the lecture hall, late as usual, holding coffee in one hand and his bag in the other. The professor was already speaking. Students filled almost every seat. Then he saw her. She was sitting near the window. Long brown hair, a light blue sweater. She was looking outside, not even paying attention to the class, just watching the wind move the trees. Something about her felt calm, different, real. Ethan took the empty seat next to her. A few minutes later, he whispered, "Hey, did I miss anything important?" She looked at him, slightly surprised, then smiled softly. "Only the first 10 minutes, and probably your attendance." That was the first time he heard her voice. Her name was Lily. She wasn't like everyone else. She didn't talk too much. She didn't try to impress anyone. She laughed quietly and listened more than she spoke. Days turned into weeks. Ethan started sitting next to her every class. They began sharing notes, then jokes, then secrets. Soon, grabbing coffee after class became a routine. They walked through Central Park, talking about dreams, fears, and everything in between. One evening, Lily asked him, "Ethan, do you believe in timing?" He shrugged. "I think timing ruins everything." She smiled sadly. "I think timing decides everything." Ethan didn't understand what she meant. Not yet. Months passed. Their bond grew stronger. They texted all night, called each other for no reason, shared songs, shared silence. But neither of them said the word love. Maybe they were afraid. Maybe they thought there was still time. One winter night, they were walking in Times Square. Snow had just started falling. The city lights reflected in Lily's eyes. She looked at him and said, "If one day I leave, would you stop me?" Ethan laughed nervously. "Why would you leave?" She didn't answer. "Just tell me, would you?" He paused. "I don't know." Lily nodded slowly, like she expected that answer. After that night, something changed. She became quieter. Her replies became shorter. She stopped asking him to hang out. Ethan noticed, but didn't ask. He was scared of what he might hear. A week later, she texted him, "Can we meet tomorrow? I need to tell you something." They met at their usual coffee shop in Manhattan. Lily looked different. Her eyes were tired, like she hadn't slept. "My dad got a job offer in California," she said softly. "We're moving next week." Ethan felt the world go silent. "Next week?" he repeated. She nodded. "I didn't want to tell you before, because I thought maybe things would change." Ethan wanted to say something. Anything. "Stay. Don't go. I love you." But the words stayed stuck in his throat. Instead, he just said, "Oh, that's great. California is nice." Lily's eyes filled with tears, but she smiled anyway. "Yeah, it is." That night, Ethan went home and stared at his phone. He wanted to text her, to tell her everything, but his mind kept saying, "What if she doesn't feel the same? What if you ruin everything?" The next day, he got her message. "Ethan, if you really love me, stop me before I leave." He read it, again and again. His fingers hovered over the keyboard, but he never replied. 1 week later, she left. No goodbye, no call, no closure, just silence. 3 years passed. Ethan never stopped thinking about her. Every coffee shop reminded him of her. Every winter felt colder. He dated other people, but it never felt right. One rainy evening, he opened Instagram. He searched her name, Lily Thompson. Her profile appeared. She was in California, smiling, standing next to a man. Engagement ring visible. Ethan's heart sank. He opened her latest post. Caption read, "Sometimes the right person comes at the wrong time, but life moves on." Ethan felt tears roll down his face. He typed a message.
I'm sorry.
"I should have stopped you." He stared at it for a long time, then pressed send. Minutes passed. Then her reply came. "I waited, Ethan, but you never came." That was it.
No anger. No blame.
Just truth. Ethan put the phone down and whispered softly, "I loved you. I just didn't know silence could lose you." Outside, the rain kept falling, and somewhere far away, a love story ended. Not because they didn't love each other, but because neither of them had the courage. At the right time, broken heart.